Hello everyone. This video is in continuation to our videos on biomolecules. We have discussed about amino acids and lipids, and now we are going to talk about nucleotides. Someone asked me in the comment that why I am not making the macromolecules of monosaccharides we have done, why not di and poly. So I want to tell you is that we'll do the micromolecules first. So we are doing the micromolecules. We have done about the monosaccharide molecules, then we did about the amino acids, and then the lipids, and then nucleotide, and after that we'll start with macromolecules. So we'll start with the macromolecules. That means we'll start about di and polysaccharides, then we'll talk about proteins, and then we'll talk about structure of DNA, and finally lipids also, their conjugate and derived types. So this is the sequence which I am following so that it's easy for you. Abhi we are talking about micromolecules. So our next micromolecule is a nucleotide. What is this nucleotide going to form? So we can write it both ways. We can say nucleotide forms this, or we can also say that nucleic acid is a polymer of nucleotides. Fine. So these nucleotides are further going to form the nucleic acids, that means DNAs and the RNAs. So we'll talk about the formation of nucleotides. Watch the video till the end, because I'll be giving all the important pointers, how the shapes are formed, everything on this board. You can use it for your notes and for understanding. Nucleotide, first of all, we'll discuss the different parts which form, or different structures which lead to formation of a nucleotide. So what does a nucleotide has? It's a microbiomolecule. This I have already told you that this is a microbiomolecule which is going to form a macrobiomolecule, that is the nucleic acid, and this nucleic acid can be DNA and can be RNA as well. Talking about the structure of a nucleotide, nucleotide is made up of a pentose sugar plus we have already done hexose and pentose sugar. So nucleotides, they have specifically pentose sugar present in it, not hexose. It has a nitrogenous base plus a phosphate group. So these three components, they all together combine to form nucleotides. Now we are going to talk about each one of them separately. The first one is pentose sugar. How is it formed? Pentose word for 5 carbons. This we have done when we were discussing carbohydrates. So when we have 5 carbons, we call the type of sugar as pentose sugar. So if we see the structure of a pentose sugar, first of all, how many are they? They are of 2 types, or there are 2 main, that is ribose sugar and deoxyribose sugar. Name itself is suggesting, I hope everyone knows, ribose sugar is present in RNA and deoxy is present in DNA. Fine, this you should know. Then when we talk about ribose sugar, the structure, when we talk about a structure of ribose sugar, how do we draw it? It is a pentose sugar. So till now you must know that this is the shape of a pentose sugar. This is a furanose ring. We have pyranose ring in the case of glucose. This is a furanose. Now mark the carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 carbon here. Again 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 carbon here. Do you think that there is any difference? But there is one main difference, that is at carbon 2. At carbon 2, in the case of ribose, we have OH and H present here, but in the case of deoxyribose, we have both H. We don't have OH here. So the removal of O from second carbon leads to removal of oxygen. Deoxy, it is converted into deoxyribose. So we write the others. Here we have H, here we have OH, and this remains the same here. Here we have H and here we have OH. Other things remain the same. So we can say that they are isomers of each other. Removal, they are similar in shapes, but the only difference is this OH and here we have H. So this is how you make a pentose sugar. And again, I am reiterating that why is this called deoxyribose? Because D means removal, oxy means oxygen group. So when the removal of oxygen group takes from the second carbon, that leads to formation of a deoxyribose. So this is a pentose sugar which is going to get attached to form a nucleotide. It depends, it's forming RNA or DNA. That will depend which sugar is going to attach. Second are the nitrogenous bases. Nitrogenous, why do we call it bases? Because they are many. So basically nitrogenous bases are of two main types. This is something important, please listen carefully. Purines and pyrimidines. Purines pyrimidines. Purines are further of two types, adenine and guanine. Fine. And pyrimidines are of three types: thiamine, cytosine and uracil. Fine. So there are two purines, two types of purines, and there are three types of pyrimidine. One more difference about purines and pyrimidines is that purines are two cyclic, whereas pyrimidines are one cyclic. That means when we draw the structure of purines, that's only that's two cycles like this. Two cyclic structures will form one purine, whereas here we have only one. So that's a two cyclic structure, and here we have one cyclic. Here it is a two cyclic and four nitrogens are attached here. Four nitrogens are attached here at position 1, 3, 7 and 9. Whereas in case of pyrimidines, obviously one cycle is less, so two nitrogens. Two nitrogens are attached here at a position 1 and 3. Fine. So this is how the nitrogenous bases are there. Purines, there are two types, purines and pyrimidines. Purines, adenine and guanine. Pyrimidines, thymine, cytosine and uracil. We'll talk about their arrangement also in detail when we will talk about the next structure formation of nucleotide. Last is phosphate group, that is phosphoric acid. Fine. So there is no detail about it. We just have that phosphate group attached to it. So we'll take up like that only. I'll write it here. Plus. Fine. Now we are going to talk about the structure of a nucleotide. So structure of a nucleotide, I'll make a sugar and you try guessing which type of sugar and which type of nucleic acid I'm going to make. So I hope everyone has guessed by my writing H and H. So this is a deoxyribose sugar. Here we have 5 carbon. Fine. So this is a deoxyribose sugar. Fine. So the nucleic acid which we are making is DNA. Fine. The nucleic acid for a DNA. So what do we have here now? We have a nitrogenous base attached to it. Fine. And we have a phosphate group attached. Always remember, this is fixed. I am writing here. Nitrogenous base attaches at first carbon and phosphate group will attach at fifth carbon. Fine, this is fixed. So there is a bond formation here. One bond is formed here and the other bond is formed here. What are these bonds called? This bond is a glycosidic bond, and the other one, this is a photoester bond or photodiester bond. Phosphodiester bond. Why phosphoester? Because phosphate group is attaching. So this is one nucleotide which will make, or which is made for the DNA, because deoxyribose nucleic sugar is used here. Now we'll talk about the arrangements of nitrogenous base for RNA and DNA. This is a general structure of a nucleotide. Next is how these nitrogenous bases are arranged. There is a difference here. So we'll talk about RNA and we'll talk about DNA here. What is the difference? The first difference is of pentose sugar. Here we have ribose sugar attached. Second, here we have deoxyribose sugar. Now how our phosphate group remains the same, but how our nitrogenous base is attached? Always remember, I'll write like this. Always remember that one purine is going to pair with a pyrimidine. Two purines or two pyrimidines will never bond. So one purine will always bond with pyrimidine. Here also it's same. Purine will always bond with pyrimidine. Fine. But the bond between which purine and pyrimidine, that's different. In RNAs, adenine always bonds with thymine and guanine always bonds with, when we talk about RNA, uracil. There are two, uracil and cytosine. In case of deoxy, adenine will bond with thymine and guanine will always bond with cytosine. Fine. So this is the bond. And one more thing, always remember, a bond between thymine and adenine is always a double bond, and between guanine and uracil is always a triple bond. Same here, double, triple. Fine. This is how purines and pyrimidines are arranged in RNA and DNA. Purine and pyrimidine is the same, but this uracil and cytosine in case of DNAs and RNA changes. In RNA, guanine pairs with uracil, and in DNA it pairs with cytosine, and the bonds, adenine and thymine will always have a double bond, and guanine when pairing with uracil or cytosine will always have a triple bond here. We have two terms here on the basis of attachment of phosphate group: nucleosides and nucleotides. Now this is the difference. The difference between both the two is the presence and absence of a phosphate bond, phosphate group. So in nucleosides there is no phosphate group attached, whereas here we have phosphate group attached at 5 carbon. Fine. There are the names, their names they change altogether due to these presence. So we'll write it like this. We have how many purines and pyrimidines? Altogether 5. So we'll write here adenine, thymine, guanine, we'll write purines together, then pyrimidines, thymine, then we have cytosine, and then we have uracil. Same goes here, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine and uracil, plus what do we have here? We don't have phosphate group, so we just have pentose sugar. So we have pentose sugar attached to it here. So what does it form? But here we have a phosphate group. So we have a phosphate group first attached, the pentose sugar. Fine. So what do they form? Their names altogether change only due to the presence and absence of phosphate group. It forms adenosine, guanosine, thiamidine, cytidine, and uridine. Fine. Here it becomes adenyllic acid, guanylyl acid, thiamidilic acid. Adenyllic acid, guanylyl acid, thiamidilic acid, cytidinic, and uridylic acid. Now I would just tell you one important thing here. This nucleoside is slightly basic in nature. I'm talking about the pH. Nucleotide is acidic. Why? Because of the presence of phosphoric acid here, it becomes acidic. Because of the absence of phosphoric acid here, it is basic. So the nucleosides are always basic, whereas the nucleotides are always acidic. That's why they form nucleic acids. That's this DNA and RNA. So this is all about nucleotides. We have discussed the parts which lead to formation of nucleotide. We have discussed them separately. Also talked about the basic structure of a nucleotide. What are the difference between RNA and DNA? And we have discussed the nucleoside and nucleotide difference. Please use these pointers for your notes. And in our next video, we'll talk about our next micromolecule, and then we'll start with macromolecules. So keep watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you.